Hey everyone. First of all, thank you for all the views I got in the last Journeys review. I did not expect that from this in general. And I wanted to shout out Anya Kiyama 9059, I believe is her YouTube channel name. She's been watching my stuff for a while and commenting on these Tomb Raider reviews, and it's been actually pretty helpful with these and actually explained something that happened in issue 8 that I had a problem with and said, oh, it's brought up again in a later issue of Tomb Raider Journeys, which we're going to talk about now. The last 4 issues of Tomb Raider Journeys from the second Colossal Collection and or the 4th Archives edition. This is by Fiona Kai Avery. So we'll start with issues 9 through 11, which is one continuous story of Lara's going to face off with her nemesis in the dreaming world. And she essentially goes on a spiritual journey and not only finds out that this guy that she's been chasing has been her nemesis in multiple lifetimes, but her mentor, who she swore she would never kill again after his death, is there too. And he wants her to avenge his death against his nemesis, which we'll talk about in a minute. What did I think of issues 9 through 11? I liked them. It's very fun, top cow kind of stuff. I'm all about that. It explains what happened in issue 8. My one complaint is, why was issue 8 come out? Why did it come out during issue 8 and not issue 10, where it would have made more sense? I don't get it. But Journeys is a weird thing that didn't make a lot of sense. A neat experiment that doesn't fully work the way I think they intended it. Fiona Kai Avery intended it to. So we do get an end, but then we get issue 12, which is an epilogue. And in issue 12, she's going after the man that murdered her mentor. And there's a little twist on it, and I won't spoil it. The less said about issue 12, the better, but it's a nice little epilogue to Journeys, and I really liked it. So, what would I give issues 9 through 11? I give it a solid 4 out of 5. I thought it was very good, and probably one of the better highs that the Journeys maxi series got. And then for issue 12, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's a nice little dotting of an I, crossing of a T for this series. Sorry, Cleo wants to put her 2 cents in that she's just not being cuddled enough. Anyway, I liked these last 4 issues of Tomb Raider Journeys. I wish this consistency would have persisted, because we come to, what on earth do we even call Journeys? It's not Tomb Raider Volume 2, because it came out during Tomb Raider Volume 1, as much as people believe it's a Tomb Raider Volume 2. That is a misnomer. It's not. It's like a weird sister series to it. It's a maxi series that just didn't seem like it was built to be a maxi series until about issue 7 or 8. It's one of these things, and it's weird because I've been dealing with a lot of comic series that have been like this recently. Like with Aliens Colonial Marines had a similar problem, although Tomb Raider Journeys is infinitely better than Aliens Colonial Marines, and most things are. Where that feels like a meandering, ongoing series, but it was meant to be a 12-issue maxi series. I don't know if Tomb Raider Journeys was ever meant to be an ongoing thing that just came out every once in a while, because they didn't come out monthly. It came out kind of whenever. Because it if we count issue 0, that started in 99 or 2000 maybe. And then it went up till Angel of Darkness, which I think was 01, 02. but they it's not like, I don't think these were monthly. I think they just came out sporadically. Like, what was the point? And they don't really work with the main Tomb Raider line of stories from Top Cow. They don't work together particularly well. I know they reference some of the Dan Jurgens stuff, but not a lot of it. And it just doesn't work because, especially when you get into Jason Bonnie stuff, Lara's killing people left and right. And, like, does she just give up on her oath of, I'm never going to use my guns to kill people again? Because Jason Bonnie's run, she's just mowing down people. I mean, she mows down someone who's flying an airplane with a handgun. It's kind of wild. Like, I don't think of Lara Croft as a cold-blooded killer, as much as the Survive trilogy sometimes glorifies by also hating on it. We'll not talk about Survive right now, because we're coming up to the Survive era really quick. I think we only have like one, possibly two reviews left, and then we're in that third Colossal collection, which should be coming out next month. We'll have plenty of time to discuss what on earth the Survive era even is. But Journeys exists much like the main Top Cow line exists in this weird era where Angel of Darkness was supposed to be the big be-all end-all savior for Tomb Raider, and they put out a really poorly made game that kind of killed the franchise. So it kind of spins off. This is this weird era where Last Revelation came out, and the studio was like mentally done with making Tomb Raider games. They kind of shout out Chronicles, which I never talk about Chronicles because it's not interesting or worth talking about. I think it's one of the, in my opinion, one of the worst Tomb Raider games ever made. As much as I dislike the Survive games, they never felt, especially that Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Tomb Raider 5 Chronicles feels like the laziest game they ever made, especially by like core. But Angel of Darkness is like the curiosity thing, because I think people are finally starting to realize that the IP of Tomb Raider was going in a different, kind of darker direction than people had realized, and that was kind of a neat thing, especially in the 2020s. It's led to a lot of curiosity with a lot of fanfic that a lot of the Tomb Raider fan base seems to really like, with a novelization to Angel of Darkness and a few sequel novels that are written by the fans, because Tomb Raider's kind of up in the air right now with what they're releasing as extended media for it. But yeah, I'd be curious to check that out. Check out stuff from this era. But like, Journeys is its own thing, and it shouldn't, I don't think it's tainted by Angel of Darkness and its failure. Even though the last two issues, as you see, they have Angel of Darkness covers. Everything was all about that Angel of Darkness look, even if it had nothing to do with it. But yeah, no, Journeys is a neat experiment, is the best way to look at it. It was an experiment to make a long-running comic for the Lara Croft character. Something that had not really been done by that point, because mainline Top Cow Tomb Raider, the stories, I mean, they would share a little continuity things here and there. Like, there was a continuity within itself. But for the most part, they were one-off two-issue arcs, once in a blue moon a 4-issue arc, and They were fast-paced, fun little adventure comics. That's what they were. So it's nice that we did get a long-form adventure. It doesn't really work as a long-form adventure, especially the early issues are more self-contained than they should be. It's like an attempt, Fiona Kai Avery's attempt to make her own Batman the Long Halloween, where you can read a lot of those issues by themselves and you'll get something out of it, but if you read them together, you get more out of it. It feels like that more than anything else. But it's a little too long for what it is. If this were an 8-issue mini, I think it would work infinitely better. We cut off some of the fat, some of the one-off stuff. I'm not saying get rid of that stuff. In fact, just retool it and release like the little gunslinger duel thing. Make that a one-shot from the main Tomb Raider line comic. It would have worked better. I'm not saying get rid of like any of these, although cut down the whole dream sequence thing from issue 8, as Anya said it was kind of woo-woo, I believe is the term she used. That seems right. I was a bit hard on that, but that's just because the way they released it and the way it's collected, Dark Horse and collecting things, am I right? They don't know how to do it, so, like, good chunk of the time, so you're just kind of stuck with their weird nonsense things. Anyway, I would read, in hindsight, I would read Tomb Raider Journeys again. If I were to ever re-review it, I would review all 12 issues at once. I thought breaking up into 3 parts would be a good thing. In hindsight, especially when I was getting through this review and like reading the material for this review, it was not a good idea, and I do regret it. I kind of did it more selfishly to try to pad out for the 3rd Colossal Collection, but because I think we won't have some Tomb Raider reviews for a hot minute. Waiting for that. Oh, do we have a Jack coming in too? Come on, dude. You want in? He's thinking about it. He's thinking about getting involved in this review. Oh, Cleo can't handle it. Drama. That's what Cleo is. Straight up drama. We got Jack. So, anyway, I would recommend Journeys if you can get your hands on it. I mean, these Colossal Collections are pretty easy to get a hold of. You can get them digitally, and they're scanned fairly well digitally. There's a handful of guided view if you use it was exclusive to Comixology, but when Comixology was bought by Kindle, it's now Kindle Guided View. I like using Guided View to really like analyze art and stuff. It's a panel-to-panel view. Not all the Guided View works with this. I've actually had some issues with it recently. It did the same thing with both Aliens Colonial Marines and Aliens Crusade. Both had those issues, but they had weirder panel layout. This had a more streamlined panel layout, and they got some stuff a little wrong with how to read the conversation. So that happens. But anyway, I would recommend it. We still got a few more, I think. Let's see how many. Sorry, Jack. How many one-shots we have left? So we'll get at least one more review out of this. Oh, we'll probably get... We got 4 one-shots left. So we'll have at least one more review in a couple weeks on this. If not 2, we'll see. We shall see. If we have enough material to make it 2, I'll make it 2. So, anyway, I'll talk to you all later. You have a good one.